Good afternoon, my lovely butterflies. Welcome and welcome back.
You need to start being private and keeping your mouth closed and not telling people the blessings that God has for you. Because the moment you go to open your mouth and tell someone and be happy about it, you can tell the wrong person. And guess what? That person can have a monitoring spirit. And let me tell you something, if you don't use your discernment and your discernment is not built up and strong, you have gave the enemy keys to disrupt everything in your life, including your peace, your finances, anything. Because let me tell you something. Why do you think when people say, I'm finna get a job, I'm finna get this house, I'm finna have a baby, or anything else, stuff always starts to go wrong because they told such and such. Some people do not like you for real. Some people don't have good intentions with you for real. The enemy will use certain people in your life that you think is for you to disrupt everything. And he's sitting back waiting for you to open your mouth. Because what people don't know, they can't disrupt. What people don't know, they can't stop. The enemy can't stop something he don't know. So when you get a job and everything else, keep your mouth closed. Let me tell you something, people all the time, when things is going good, people can feel it. Enemy knows when something is finna happen in your life. So he's gonna start causing chaos and disruption into your life because he know you may be tempted to open your mouth and say something. Then not only that, the same people that call you when stuff going wrong be the same ones that don't be there when something good go for you. Be mindful of that, because people will rather see you at your lowest than rather see you at the top.
We're afraid of the monster under your bed or the boogeyman. I know I have. I used to when I was younger, guys. I always felt like for some reason someone was watching me. And although as a child, we do have wild imaginations, and our imagination can run away with us due to a lot of things that we may have watched on television, a lot of horror movies, even certain cartoons and sitcoms that we may have watched. But were there a few times where you actually recall vividly seeing a dark entity in the corner of your room? And although no one believed you, you really were sure of what you saw. And this is because you did see something indeed. You saw a monitoring spirit. The spirit that was assigned to watch you before you even came out of your mother's womb. There was an enemy from the kingdom of darkness that was assigned to you since birth in an attempt to destroy God's plans for you. And the truth is, guys, these same dark entities have been following you your whole life through, your adolescent years, your teenage years, even to your adulthood. Watching, monitoring your every move, seeking new ways to pull you away from the Most High. That's one of the main motives. And even as an adult, you can sense some presence around you now, except for it's stronger than the one that you felt as a child. And this is because the agent has, the agent that Satan has assigned to you from the dark kingdom has been monitoring you since you were a child, and it is still at large, still seeking ways, the same old energy, just trying to come up with different ways to destroy you. And the older you become, guys, the more wiser you have became to what's been going on around you. And this is due to your life experiences, which ultimately strengthens your relationship with God overall. I feel that a lot of things that we've went through in life are a lot of the main reasons that drew us closer to the Most High in our lives. And this makes you a huge target for demonic attacks and strongholds. And I cannot stress this enough. A lot of people are so confused about why they're being gang stalked, why they're being harassed, why they're being monitored. And a lot of the times it's because we are unaware of the monitoring spirits that are in our presence, because our discernment is not strong enough to detect these things. And this is because they're not going to come at you and say, hi, I'm a monitoring spirit here to watch everything that you do, and go back and report to Satan. They're going to come in disguise. But with discernment, you can still recognize these demons. And it's something like the superhero. It's like an ongoing history of the villain out to destroy the superhero. And a lot of things that you may experience are a lack in finances, depression and anxiety, and failed relationships. This is just to name a few. Because God, the Most High, He wants the best for us, guys. So any mishaps or misfortunes that are consistent, they could be coming from some type of spiritual attack. And a lot of the main factors that I didn't discuss in my previous videos, I discussed factors as to why they monitor, but I didn't discuss the main factors that they look for. And I'm about to name those right now, guys, and there's three of them. And number one is they monitor how you do things. And this is whatever you do. This is pretty much studying your whole life in a nutshell. Everything that you do, how you do it, from the way that you dress, your personality, to your everyday activities, to how you conduct your business, to how you communicate with other people, and also how you treat other people, as well as how you treat yourself. They also study and monitor who you are in converse with, because these people will soon to be studied and monitored, because the monitoring spirits are trying to figure out if they can use them when planning a spiritual attack against you. They will monitor these people when they're not around you, hoping to sense some type of betrayal or jealousy that this person has against you, so they can use it, so they can use them to attack you. They will use it against you. And spiritually, these things are taking place, and in the physical world, no one is aware of it. That's why it's very important to monitor the people as well that are around you. I wouldn't say monitor them, I would say more of observe. Be very observant of the people that pop in and out of your life, especially out of nowhere. Detailings and pertaining to the past. I'm sorry, guys, I said that wrong. They monitor any details that are pertain to your past, present, and future relationships. They want to know who you're in converse with, and they want to know everything about your past relationships as well as your present relationships with people and friendships. It's very important to them, because these people, if not careful, will be used in the army against you. And people can have an underlying jealousy or envy against you, and they can still come around. And you may not be aware of this. But if you're being monitored, the enemy is studying them and their actions towards you as well. Not only when they're around you, but when they're not around. So this gathering of information, guys, is to plan spiritual warfare attacks. And I'm going to get into the main undiscussed topics that were not mentioned in a lot of my last videos. These are a lot of the main topics that I'd like to discuss, because these are the things that I want you guys to really look out for when trying to figure out if you're being followed by a monitoring spirit. Because this is an answer to a lot of you guys' questions when you asked about gang stalking and why are you being gang stalked, and how are people finding out information about you without you even telling them. Well, hopefully these undiscussed topics will answer a lot of you guys' questions. Alright, the first one is the person performing the witchcraft, guys, they can cast a monitoring spirit into an animal. And the main animals are cats, dogs, and birds. And these are to monitor you or a certain location pertaining to you. And let's say, for instance, you always see a cat, the same cat, it always pops up in certain locations and it's always watching you. This could be a monitoring spirit. If you always see birds constantly flying, sitting in your window, or flying over your head constantly when you're outside, these could be monitoring spirits. If there's a certain dog in the neighborhood that's always coming around when you come outside are always seem to be watching you in some kind of way. And I hope this doesn't sound weird, but guys, this is very serious and very true. Because there is a spiritual realm that is unseen, and a lot of things are taking place there. And these are some of the things that are taking place, but manifesting into the physical. And it's very important. So always watch the people and type of animals that constantly appear in your life. Constantly. Um, Also, guys, any individual who inhabits the monitoring spirit, they copy their targets. And this is another way you will know. If there's someone coming around you and you feel that they're copying your personality, you feel that they're copying the way you dress, even to purchasing the same vehicle as you, or trying to purchase a similar looking home, or apartment or anything, even trying to match your personal or career goals. This could be a monitoring spirit. And yes, they do mimic their target. So that is a very obvious way to know. And a lot of times people see this as a sign of admiration. They feel that this person admires them, and that's why they're trying to copy everything that you do. But really, this person's trying to steal your life and replace your life with destruction. They want your life. And you have to be very careful about who you let into your life and who you give your information to, because they can use those same things against you. And remember, guys, always remember that the person is no longer themselves, but being led by a masquerading spirit. Just know when you do detect these signs in people that you know, just know that they are no longer themselves. And a lot of the times, guys, when I saw these things in movies, I always had some sense that it could be true, but one part of me said, nah, these things could not be true. Because, a lot of the times they say movies have a sense of truth to them. But as I've grown older and I've done research, I realize now that monitoring spirits are real. The spiritual realm is real. And it has a lot to do with what happens on this earth. So discernment is very, very, very important. I read an article, guys. An article summary from hiskingdomprophecy.com. And one statement that stood out to me that I want to share with you guys about monitoring spirits says, it is best not to engage in a physical manner, especially if you feel attacked by this person. So just know that the fact that these people are not being led by their own soul, but by the spirit of Satan, it is best to not engage physically with these people, because they are being operated by a demon and it could be dangerous. So it's best to handle these people as calmly as possible. It's not saying that you are being fearful of someone, but it's just being very cautious about the spirits that you come in contact with, because they're full of jealousy, anger, and rage. And you want to be able to protect yourselves physically and spiritually at all times. They also like to give gifts and money to their targets. Now, this is one of the things that a lot of people may be fooled by when being around these people. You're wondering, how could they be jealous of me? How could they be envious of me? And they're gifting me and being so nice. So those would probably be the last people that you would look at as a threat to you. But in all actuality, that's something to watch out for as well. Now, I'm not saying that everyone in your life that gives you a gift of monetary or, just a regular material, gift. I'm not saying that they're trying to persuade you or monitor you in any kind of way, but if any of these signs resonate right along with this person popping up out of nowhere and giving you gifts and money, and you really don't see the motive behind it, it could be clothes, jewelry, electronics, anything. It could be a chance that this is a monitoring spirit trying to get in your good graces. So let's say if someone is popping up out of nowhere and they're trying to give you a gift, make sure you monitor them very closely before accepting the gift, and use your discernment to figure out if this person has good intentions towards you. They may also disguise the way of keeping a demonic attachment with you by giving you these gifts. These gifts may have some type of demonic energy on them, and they're using it to keep an attachment with you. Certain gifts can hold spiritual soul ties depending on who they're coming from and what that person's intentions are towards you. And even if they're no longer around, the spiritual attachment will still be connected with the gift, with the item. So pay attention to individuals who are constantly asking you questions when they come around, as well as trying to give you gifts. Pay attention to those type of things. And it's also important to know that many are not aware they carry this spirit. So be careful who you tell your business to. And the reason why I say many are not aware, because they too are being monitored, and the monitoring spirit that has been assigned to you is also watching them and knows how this person really feels about you. So they can use them against you without them even knowing. The fact that the person already feels some type of ill intention towards you, it makes it easy for the demon to use them. So although many could come, and act as if they're your, good graces and seem like a good person, you still have to use your discernment so you will know who you're telling your business to. Because sometimes, have you ever told someone something and then it just doesn't work out after that? That's why it's best not to tell anyone your plans until you've already accomplished them, and then you can present it because it's already done. And this is because you don't know who these type of spirits are attached to. They can only inhabit and monitor through spirits of manipulation, jealousy, and control. Always remember that, guys. So if you did detect any signs of a monitoring spirit on someone, just know that this person already has an inhabitants of a manipulating, jealousy, controlling spirit. And you may even notice some of those traits in that person, but it just isn't enough for you to raise any red flags about. But it really is something to raise a red flag about, because no one should be showing those type of signs and say that they love you or care about you. And a monitoring spirit of jealousy, guys, is the most dangerous of all. And this is because this spirit is controlled out of envy, and it seeks to destroy completely. Jealousy is one of the most dangerous emotions because this person envies you for something that they feel that you possess that they can't have. And if they feel they can't mimic you and have these things, or can't have them completely, they want to destroy the person who possess whatever it is that they want. This doesn't have to be things of materialistic value. Always know this too, guys. You cannot come to reasoning with a jealous person. Do not try to explain yourself. Do not try to reason with them, because when you go out of your way to explain yourself to a person that is being controlled out of jealousy and envy, the only thing that you're doing is adding more fuel to their fire of jealousy towards you by giving them more information about you. And you're also, in the process, revealing more personal information about yourself, which means that you're further feeding the monitoring spirits, giving them more ammo to attack you with. And I keep making these videos, guys, because if I know at this time it feels so weird that you may have had to cut certain people off, or you may have had to come to the realization that you couldn't talk to a certain person and confide in them about things that you thought that you could, because you realize that this person is not who you thought they were. This is just all a part of your discernment and activation mode. This is the Most High waking you up, showing you things that you probably never paid attention to before. And this is not to hurt you, to punish you, or to isolate you. It is to protect you. Always know that. If you're in a situation where you've had a falling out with a family member or a friend, and you realize that this person showed you a side of them that you thought you would never see, it was meant for you to see it. So please don't blame yourself. Please don't beat yourself up about it. If you played a part in something, of course, you know you have to humbly admit to your mistakes, repent to the Most High, and apologize to whoever you hurt. However, if you know that you're dealing with someone that it seems that they've completely changed and showed you another side, they haven't changed. It's always been there. You just never paid any attention to it. And it's getting to the point now where Satan is really taking the mask off and showing people who he really is. So if he has monitoring spirits, acting through people, they too will soon show their true colors as well. And I just can't stress enough how we're always fooled by the people that we spend so much time with, the people that we feel that we can trust. It's usually the people that we call day ones, and people that we're related to. It's not that always the times that we even trust these people. It's sometimes we feel that they're not a threat. We just feel like they're harmless because they've always been around. Not knowing that this person has been a threat to you the entire time because they were being operated by a monitoring spirit. So, with a lack of wisdom and discernment, it could really put you in a dark place when dealing with these people. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I reject you from being a priest to me. And since you have forgotten the law of your God, I also will forget your children." So, the Most High wants us to put in the work. He wants us to pray. He wants us to fast. He wants us to get into the Word. He wants us to become knowledgeable about what's going on spiritually and what's going on around us, because there is a warfare. There's not a such thing as a regular day in the life. We are fighting for our souls every day from the demons of the dark kingdom. Every single day. And if there's someone around you that is jealous and envious of you, and they're pretty good at pretending, and these spirits are operating through them, and you don't have discernment to see through this person, it can destroy your entire life. It can destroy your entire life. there's just not a heavenly kingdom, guys. There's a dark kingdom as well. Just like you have the Most High and the angels that are protecting you and watching over you and want the best for you, you have a dark kingdom where you have Satan and his agents, that the fallen angels, they want to destroy you. Like I said, it's like the superhero and the villain. Chosen ones, you are a threat. You are a threat. There's not a such thing as a regular day in the life for you. Anyone could be a threat to you. That's why discernment is important. Having discernment can also stop a lot of the gang stalking. It could stop a lot of the anxiety, the depression, the feeling of hopelessness that the Most High did not place upon you. It was placed upon you by dark spirits. And guys, there's a different spirit for a different sense of darkness that we battle. And I'm going to make a video on that. There's not just one demonic energy. There's different demonic energies that attack you for different reasons and situations. And that's why you're being monitored, so they can know which spirits to bring in towards you. I had a feeling that I was being watched last night. I feel it a lot. And once I have that feeling, I instantly go into prayer and ask the Lord to protect me from any monitoring spirits, any soul ties, any generational curses. I just go into a full prayer and ask Him to break all demonic soul ties with me, knowingly and unknowingly. And guys, just think of someone that you may not have any connection with anymore, but it may not have ended too well, or you just separated from them because you felt that it just wasn't working. And this doesn't just have to be, a romantic relationship. It can be any kind. It was like you breaking away from a monitoring spirit. Now they're upset and they're going through any lengths to find you again. And this is when people that you haven't seen in a while may start popping up out of nowhere. And a lot of times those people are people that you don't even wish to connect with anymore. Those are the ones you have to most certainly watch. And from my experience, those are the ones that ask the most questions. They're trying to catch up. Because they once had access to all of your business because, number one, they were always around you in your proximity, and you always made yourself available to them, and two, you were telling them all of your business. And that's another way that you can tell. Stop telling people your business, and then you can see the ones that become agitated as a result of. That's another way you will know. Also, if you feel that you are in the presence of a monitoring spirit at this present time, or if you feel you are being harassed by a monitoring spirit, do a 3-day fast, guys, and pray against all demonic strongholds, soul ties, and generational curses and monitoring spirits. Pray against them all. If you feel that you can't handle fasting where you don't eat anything, you just drink water, you can do a fruit or vegetable cleanse and drink water. I feel that any kind of committed fast to get close to the Most High will be accurate. He knows your heart. He knows what you're doing it for. Repent of any covenants that you feel you've made with any monitoring spirits. And number one, cut contact. Don't tell people your business anymore. Keep everything between you and the Most High. At this point in time, no one needs to even know anything personal about you anyway. Because our only Lord and Savior is the Most High. He's the only one that can help us with anything else that we're going through. And if there are good, trusting people, pray that the Most High brings them into your life. And there's still some good people out there. There are. There really are. So, guys, I really, really, really want you to pay attention to who you have in your circle. I can't stress it enough. A lot of my family members, they get so tired of me telling them that. And like, I heard you the first time, but you know what? I have someone that is constantly telling me things that people have done to wrong them. And the people that they are telling me that has wronged them are the same people that they keep making themselves available for, and I tell them not to do it. And it just makes you wonder why, do you keep making yourself available for these people? Guys, you're not forced to be around anyone, especially if they're trying to harm you, or they're being mean, deceitful, they're trying to put blockages in your life. You don't need that. Don't feel afraid to cut anyone off. During this spiritual warfare, we have to stand tough in our skin, and we have to know who the enemy is and not be afraid to eliminate them from our lives. I hear this word a lot, bored. Don't let boredom put you into a place where you're not protected, where you're surrounded by wolves. I know sometimes it can get lonely during this warfare when you come to realization that a lot of people around you are not who God meant for you to have in your life, and you have to separate yourself, and you feel like you're being isolated, and you just want someone to talk to, or you just want to have a good time. You can do that. You don't have to have a crowd of people around you to enjoy your life. I can't stress it enough. You do not have to be surrounded by a crowd of people every day in order to keep from feeling bored or lonely. And majority of the time, the people that have the most people around them, they may, say that they're not bored anymore, but they usually have a lot of drama going on. Because within a big group of people, you're dealing with a lot of personalities, you're dealing with a lot of spirits, and unknowingly, you're dealing with a lot of motives. 9 times out of 10, the majority of the people that hangs with a big crowd of people, they don't even know the motives for half of the people that come around them every day. But they call them their day ones. But sometimes when they turn their head, this person's giving them dirty looks. Or behind their back, this person could be bashing them to someone else, trying to make them look bad. This person could be plotting on them, trying to bring them down because they're jealous of something that this person has going on. You always have to pay attention to your circle. Always, guys. Please. Pay close attention. I really, in my life, based on my experiences, I had to find out the hard way. And sometimes, if you don't use your discernment and you don't pray for discernment, and the Most High sees you just getting deeper and deeper in iniquity with these people, because he knows that they're plotting something, and eventually it's going to be detrimental to you. Sometimes he may just move you away from them. Something that you have no control over. He may just do something. And you may be wondering why. Well, I wonder why I don't see this person anymore. Or, I'm far away from these people. Well, it may be because the Most High is trying to protect you from something. I don't want my chosen ones to be so caught up in having a good time, or always being in the presence of company of someone that they may put themselves in dangerous situations because they don't know who they have around them, who they're sharing their time and information with. Even who you're bringing your family around, you have to be careful with that too. It can not only affect you, it can affect your family as well. If you're dealing with people outside of your family, I just want you guys to be careful out there. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer on this video. I did want to come through and stress this topic one last time. I really appreciate all the love and support that I get from you guys. It means a lot. Guys, the other day I read my comments and it meant so much to me to just see how you guys communicate with me and talk with me about your experiences. It means a lot because it lets all of us know that we're not alone, and the Most High still has his hands on us, because we're now able to, we made it through the situations to now we can talk about it and, you know, come up with solutions to become aware of these things so we can prevent them from happening again. And that is the main motive of this channel, and I hope it means a lot to you guys, because it does mean a lot to me to present content to you. Stay tuned for Spiritual Awareness Combo 3. That will be coming very, very soon. So please be prepared to watch that video. It's going to be a very long video. I have a lot to discuss. Alright guys, I'm done rambling on with you guys. I know it just seems like I'm dragging on, but this is my butterfly rant. This is my rant day, guys. This is where I just talk with you guys, and just hopefully in the comment section you guys talk back. And I will be going live. I know everyone's wondering why I haven't went live yet. I need to start going live, guys, and I will start going soon, okay? I just get so... Every time I get ready to go live, I just get this fear of saying, what if no one comes on? But I just have to stop letting the fear stop me and just go ahead and do it. Alright? I love you guys so, so much. And I want to thank you again for all your love and support. And until the next video, peace and blessings.